previewing all 32 NFL teams before the start of the season, and now we're on the AFC East. Starting off with the Buffalo Bills, the most dominant team in this division. They always have a good run. For the past few seasons, they've been doing so, but there's only one team that can stop them, especially when it gets to playoff season, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs. 2024 AP MVP Josh Allen is looking to come back and just keep doing what he's doing, bringing his skill and expertise to this new season, his overall dynamic presence. Last year, the team had a league low of 14 quarterback sacks, and also a league low of only 8 turnovers. They have one of the best O-lines in the NFL. They have a nice addition for wide receiver Joshua Palmer, just signed a 3-year contract with the team during free agency. He's coming from the LA Chargers and will be a very key crucial piece. James Cook, our running back, was entering his final year of his rookie contract, but he just signed a big $48 million deal with the team, so he's going to be here for a minute. The main reasons that this team cannot get past the Chiefs is their defense. Again, this is 5 years of playoff losses. The team see this need and decided to sign a few new edge rushers, some defensive backs, also some tackles. He's overall improved their pass rush and not rely on their turnovers because it's just up to chance. Overall, this is a team to beat in this division, and really just overall, people have their eyes gunned out for the Bills. They're just looking ways to hone in on their new pieces, also have their returning talent, and get further than that playoff checkpoint. It's just that one obstacle in their way. Miami Dolphins were 8-9 last season. Head coach Mike McDaniel and GM Chris Greer will be on a hot seat if they have that again this season. The team already has the longest playoff drought in the league, and the last time they had one was in 2000. The roster is shaking. They're missing a lot of key veteran pieces, and their leadership is up in the air. For Tua Tagovailoa, his health is the main issue. He missed 6 games last year, so that's something that's going to be a very big question mark as far as their leadership in the quarterback position. Then they do have Zach Wilson, who's their new number 2 quarterback. However, it's not really a reliable piece right now. Not really guaranteed to be a strong force or leader out there. He's just another option. Their run game struggled in the past. The new wide receiver, Nick Westbrook-Akine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. He should be a great addition to the team. He signed a 2-year contract with them, and he's very versatile on the field. But there's still a lot of missing key pieces and holes they have to fill in, and I'll see how they all will work throughout the season in order to get past that hump, because last year was just very disappointing. For the defense, it's not, I wouldn't say as bad, but they also still have some question marks in some positions, especially after trading quarterback Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. But in return, they do have Minka Fitzpatrick returning back to his original team. Should be interesting to see him play with his roster. Our left backs, Tyrell Dodson and Jordan Brooks, are expected to put out some pretty solid defensive numbers this year, so that's a plus. They have the overall speed, the coverage, athleticism, so as long as they just pick up from where they left off last year, they'll be good to go. Also, with special teams, they have a pretty solid option. Jason Sanders made 90% of his field goal attempts last year, but they do have a new coordinator for special teams, which is Greg Ackerman. He has a few additions he wants to work out in that position as well. Overall, there's a lot of holes to fill, a lot of questions to answer for this team to have a fair shot early in the playoffs and an overall decent season. The New York Jets, so they already have a new head coach, Aaron Glenn. They swapped one Aaron out for the other. Aaron Glenn came in and fired Aaron Rodgers. We already talked about him in the Steelers preview. He's really big on moving in silence and kind of stick with the fundamentals, so that should be interesting to see what they have cooking up this season. Last year they had a 5-12 season, and you saw they ended up firing Salah. They're kind of full on in rebuild mode, so they're not expecting much this season because they're trying to build these pieces up for the future season. And they're starting this rebuild not really necessarily focusing on their vets, but mostly on their younger players. Justin Fields is the new quarterback for the team, ready to come in and shake some things up. Besides him, though, there are no other free agent signings with the team for offense. They do have work to do on their passing game. That's for multiple positions. Running back Breece Hall is looking to prove himself in his position, kind of just show that he's still a threat on the team because he's had a little bit of an underperforming season last year. So they're working on an overall powerful O-line build because that's been a little shaky. The left tackle is questionable. The right tackle is questionable as well, especially because they've been having some concerns with their pass blocking in that area. Now, their defense isn't as bad. They have a pretty strong unit for defense. Kind of makes up for the question marks they have on offense. D-line is led by defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, ready to go ahead and take charge on the field. Linebacker Jermaine Sherwood is replacing CJ Mosley, looking to be more of an asset and a longer-term fix for the team. Cornerback Sauce Gardner is looking to step up and return to that elite status that he's shown in previous years. So overall, this team is not exactly looking for a playoff ticket or just an overall big jump in the rankings. They're kind of going to show a little bit of progress. Last but not least, we have the New England Patriots. They're also sort of rebuilding, but not completely. They did have one of the worst offenses last year. They also got rid of a lot of elite vets, bringing in a lot of fresh talent to build their foundation up and return to that championship caliber. Drake May is going to be the quarterback coming off his rookie season, which he kind of experienced a little bit of downfall, especially because the O-line really wasn't doing their job. But he's hoping to make a little bit more improvement this year, especially when the offensive coordinator works with him, his overall ability. So during free agency, because O-line has been a problem, Patriots added a few new players, hoping that that'll be able to be an improvement. For skill position players, they added Stephon Diggs and wide receivers, so that'll be a big plus for them. They also have Mac Hollins, who will be a key blocker and receiver, along with rookie Kyle Williams. They have a running back position battle on their hands. Trayvon Henderson is going to be going against a few veterans to see who has that spot throughout the season. For defense, they have a new defensive coordinator, Terrell Williams, and they're mostly keying in on their attacking game. They're banking on the health of cornerback Christian Gonzalez, who's really crucial for putting forth on the receiver, and also Christian Barrymore. He had blood clot issues last year, which had him sidelined. They added a few free agent additions. We'll see how that fares out. Now, the safety position has been pretty secure for the past few seasons, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Overall, just a lot of optimism and toss-up. They're putting a lot of hope on these younger players that they'll be healthy. They can kind of build this team up from the past few seasons, especially post-Belichick era. They're looking to find a little bits of improvement here and there, and kind of like the Jets, not looking for any major jump in the rankings. They know that's realistically that might not be the case, hoping that they see little signs of improvement and steps forward so that way they can build upon that for next season. Stay tuned because we're going to be talking about the AFC South next.